Are there any questions tonight? It's beginning to feel like spring. I think it actually got above freezing today. Pretty exciting over here in the Northeast. City crews finally decided to get rid of the rest of the snow. And it feels like hope. When you've been in a deep freeze for 2 weeks, any glimpse of the sun feels like there's a promise of tomorrow. And we can have internal freezes lasting for days or weeks or years. Some of us are just beginning to defrost, to awaken. Are there any questions tonight about your work?
Why, yes, there are questions.
Yes, Bob.
When I am attending a retreat, I some of the retreats, I burn myself out by overextending, and by the end of the class, I'm no. How I'm not quite sure. How would you address? Would you address by pacing, or how? What language would you use to be able to stay open and digesting for the entire retreat?
Being kind to yourself and not trying to be perfect, Bob. A lot of us grew up in households where that was the expectation. You do everything right or you don't do it. You do everything right or you're going to hear about it. You do everything right or there will be consequences. And in this work, we are hot messes. There is no just right. We are just trying to peel back the layers and allow ourselves to become more gracious, more forgiving of ourselves, more kind and loving. And sometimes it's easy. Oh, that felt good. And other times I come out of a class, Bob, and it's like someone hit me with a 2x4 and I can't talk. And I just need time to absorb what has happened. I have to remove myself. Those are classes where afterwards, I don't bake or make a meal. Those are times I don't pick up the phone to talk to someone or engage in an email. It's important to know your limitations and what you need to grow. And you're going to mess up. I mess up every day. It was a point of discussion at the dinner table tonight where I was able to laugh at my mistakes, which up until about 2 years ago was absolutely impossible for me, Bob, because everything I did had to be right and perfect and on time. And now it's like, whew, just the nick of time. Or, well, I guess that's not going to happen. Or, shit, I've got to do this again. I really screwed up. doing the Instagram thing for Stuart, which is hilarious at best, given my age. And it's one thing to be a consumer of social media, it's another thing to create it. And I'll show it to Stuart as a done project, and he says, I don't like it. All right, delete. Let's try again. What am I going to do? Throw a fit? Pass him out? I mean, it's Stuart. He's just trying to break me down in a supportive and loving way. And he doesn't take us any further than we are capable of. So anytime I get frustrated, I just say, well, like last night, I just said, you know what? I need to take a break. And I walked out of the room and I brushed my teeth, came back, tried again, a little calmer, a little bit more centered, a little bit more receptive, and a lot more willing to make a mistake. And that's what I suggest, Bob. Are there any other questions tonight?
Hello.
Hi, Eileen.
Hello, Jennifer. I really like your meditation
Mm,
and talking about this deep winter.
yeah.
I have been in like hermit mode, like half of my life. I feel like summer is here and feel really with a lot of visibility, like going out to the world, taking a leap of faith. How do you handle that emotionally when you come from being isolated to going out to the external world?
That's an important transition, Eileen, because when you're used to being by yourself all the time or isolated, either socially or mentally or just in your family, and a lot of us had to do that for COVID and never changed our behaviors after COVID. We just got used to not going out. We got used to staying in and being internal. And it's time when you get stronger and more centered. It's important to take that centeredness with you when you go out. Really feel that breath in your belly, feeling your mind in your belly, feeling your emotions and your communication in your belly. And it's a different way to interact with the world. A lot of us are just used to reacting to what other people do, and we don't have to. We don't. Even if culturally it may be expected as of that of us. But the thing is, Eileen, when you leave the house, when you're fully in the community, knowing that God is with you at all times, inside of you, guiding you and protecting you is an important thing to know. Now, the winter's in, I'm thinking you're in DF, right? Distrito Federal. Mm-hmm. The winters there are a bit different than in other parts of the world, but they're a definite shift in the air, in the feeling in the community. The energy is a little bit quieter or more subdued. But spring's right around the corner. The flowers are just waiting to bloom. And so are you. I hope that helps you, Eileen. Are there any other questions tonight? Una de las cosas que yo lo aprendí cuando estaba viviendo en México es que no tengo miedo para vivir ni expresar cómo me siento, lo que necesito. Please take that time to really understand who and what you are. What's at the core of your body? What's the core of your life? And don't be afraid. Even though your entire life you've been trained to be afraid, it's time to let go of that. Take a chance. You're worth it. Are there any other questions tonight? All right, my friends, this Saturday we are having an in-person class at 6 p.m. and then a special Valentine's Day gathering afterwards. So if you're in the neighborhood, please let me know. I've heard from 2 people here that you'll be attending. I'm sure I'll be baking something and eating something. All right. Be well, my friends. Protect yourself by going down deeper into your center with your breath, your intention, and your deep need to grow. Be well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hasta la próxima.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You're welcome. Ciao.